then I will move to the next topic, and now I will tell you about the Clang-Tidy support. So for the code generation, we have this option in preferences under real-time development build transformation C++ to generate code compliant with Clang-Tidy. And also we are gradually improving this functionality and adding support for new warnings that they will not be reported on the generated code. So this time we have improved the support for unused parameter warning. I would like to mention that we already had support for generating code which will not give you any unused parameters on the generated code. But this time, when you select code standard C++17 and later, the approach for marking and for fixing these warnings is different. So now in the generated code, we are generating maybe unused C++ attributes, and this is a native C++ solution. But it was introduced only starting from C++17. So and this is an example how, oh no, not this one, but here. These are the generated files, and these are the examples of all the places where we get this attribute generated. So, for example, like this. For each parameter, for example, there is a transition function called initial, and we do not require that the user code must be using these parameters. So these parameters really may be unused. And in most cases, it's possible to implement. So, for example, this initial, its implementation is not using any of these parameters. But the prototype for all transition and guard function is similar for all generated code. That's why this maybe unused attribute would be quite useful, and it will help to avoid warnings reported on the generated code with Clang-Tidy code checker. Also, there are other places where we are generating this maybe unused. Another example is the functions for type descriptor, like copy, encode, decode, destroy, init, and also this one, num elements function body, this one. So for all of these functions, it's possible that some of these parameters are not used, and maybe unused attribute is generated. So if we select another C++ code standard before C++17, for example, C++14, then we will be using our previous solution for unused parameters, which is to generate a special comment in line that will point to the line for which the warning must not be reported. So, for example, if I will now open the same file, like here, so the same transition initial, you will see that this is the special comment, and also it's enough to put it only once per line. So it's not necessary to put it after each parameter, but only once per line, and it will suppress the warnings for the whole line. So from this point of view, the maybe unused approach is more precise, because in that case, it is pointing out to concrete parameters, and not for the all. It's not suppressing all parameters in the line. We have such an example for example here. If we now, I will clean this again. And now I will generate again with maybe unused. So I have to put C++ 17 or higher. C++ 20 will also be fine. Now I will generate the code again, and in the search, file search, yes. So here we can see all the places where we are using this maybe unused, and this is an example. This is a function that will create a capsule instance, and in this case we are suppressing warnings only for the index parameter, but these two, they must be used inside. So this is a dummy implementation, but in the real implementation it makes sense only to suppress the last parameter, not the first two ones. So from that point of view, maybe unused is more precise. And also I would like to mention that Clang-Tidy code checker, it also has a language compliance option, and by default it's assuming that the C++ standard is C++ 14. And if you will not change it either in your compile settings for C++ or in the Clang-Tidy options, then it will be reporting actually a warning for this maybe unused. It will be saying that an extension for C++ 17 is used in the generated code, and it will be a warning from Clang-Tidy. So in order not to get that warning, for Clang-Tidy, the C++ standard must also be set to C++ 17, because by default it will assume that it is C++ 14. So that is all.